All right, guys, we are live. It is Sunday evening, Sunday, June 30th, 2024, MMAOB Daily Podcast. I am your host, as always, Adam Morgan. Joining my co-host here, Mr. Big Marcel. We're going to recap UFC 303 for you guys. We'll touch on PFL as well, the PFL card, but I mean, this is going to mostly be a 303 recap. One of the biggest cards of the year. I don't know if it was one of the best cards of the year, honestly. I think it was a pretty good card, but not the best card. I think you probably agree with me. I'm going to get your comments on that in a second, but yeah, we can just jump into it. But how you doing, man? I mean, obviously, glad to see you. I know your teams were playing the Euros, right? Netherlands.
Yeah, but it's on Tuesday, and it's fucking awful to watch.
I haven't been following it, so I don't know.
I feel like, dude, it's like they played 3 games, and 2 of the 3 games were fucking awful to see, at least from our side. Let's put it that way. I mean, Austria did pretty well, and the French side also sucks to watch. They are like big stars, but they don't show it at all. Yeah, I mean, all good, man. I've obviously watched the other games like a couple hours ago. So watch the UFC, obviously. The thing is, like, and I said it to my colleagues as well, to my friends, this totally doesn't feel like International Fight Week, you know?
No, it didn't feel like it at all.
No, something's missing, and it is not Conor before people are coming like, oh, it's Conor, it's missing. No, it's not Conor. It's just like, it felt like an average pay-per-view with a very, with a big, obviously, a big highlight reel ending. But it felt like a regular pay-per-view to me, man.
Yeah,
not a bad card, but not like something I will talk about in three years about. Like, remember last year when you were there, you know?
Dude, the one I went to last year was fucking amazing. 290.
Yeah.
That's the first one I've been to in International Fight Week. I've been to Vegas twice. I also saw, I don't even know what the number is now. Whatever Covington and Usman the first one was. Do you know what number that was? I can't remember anymore.
Not on the top of my head, man.
Let me check. I want to double check. I think, was it 68?
269?
Let me double check. Usman won 245. Yeah, that was the one.
245.
And that card was stacked. I mean, you had that fight. You had Piotr Jan and Faber. You had Volkanovski. Holloway won. Nunes was Samandri, which was a terrible fight. And Moraes versus Aldo. I mean, that card was way more stacked, I would say. Like, actually, I'm looking at that card I went to, Marcel. You had Brandon Moreno on the early prelims back then. So, yeah, go ahead.
By the way, my nose is a little bit close, so I have some nose drops. That's why I put the camera off. Not that people are thinking like he's sniffing coke or something. It's just nose drops.
No worries. But yeah, 290 was better. I mean, I ask you this at the end, but I'll just ask you right now, like 7 out of 10? Is that?
I think that's okay. You know,
just like an slightly above average. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if I would say that. Like, I think it was a pretty card, not that special, man. Honestly, there were some really shitty fights on this card. The Budai fight and the Smith fight were horrible, dude.
Yeah, dude, I know. I mean, it was like I said, man. Listen, man, we're probably still fortunate that we got some fights added to the card late, you know. But at the same time, I felt like this didn't feel like an International Fight Week at all. You know, it just felt like a regular pay-per-view at the T-Mobile Arena, pretty much. And listen, man, maybe we weren't there, so people will say, "Yeah, but it was amazing." I understand, but just from my point of view,
yeah, I agree. All right, so here we go. It's Sunday evening. And guess what, guys? I'm on vacation now. I'm off for this week, Marcel. I'm taking a week off. I'm going away with my daughter for a few days. So I think I can crack. I don't have her right now. She's with her mother, so I'm not being a responsible parent. I think I can crack open a beer. I got a Heineken here, Marcel. I was buying it today. I was like, oh, they're Dutch. No, it's Danish, I think, right? So
that's Dutch.
Here we go, boys. Drink if you picked Jiri and fucked up on your main event pick. Here you go. Fucking bad pick. I mean, listen, it was a good night for me overall. I went 9-3 officially, and then I also picked Lopes against Ige. Obviously, I think you would have too, but we didn't get that pick in. No one officially. Tapology says no picks were made for this fight. I don't know if you saw that. It says
no. I haven't seen that.
Like, no one made the pick, right? So I would think most people would have picked Lopes. He was a -250 favorite at the end. But overall, a good night. Marcel, I started off the night 8-0 on the games. I was like, holy shit, I'm going to have a perfect night. I just felt it, and then fucking 1-3 in the main card with the official pick.
I know you were talking shit to me in the DM, so I know.
Of course I was. I was like, dude, you should have listened to these shit, and then I fucked up. So it is what it is. Again, I'm going to own this pick. It wasn't a great pick. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I was leaning when the fight first got announced. I remember even in the Discord chat, I was like, yeah, I leaned Pereira. But as the fight got closer, I was like, something was telling me Prochazka is going to do something different this time, and he really didn't. To be honest with you, Marcel, let's just get into it. Might as well get into it. So. Yeah, I mean, Pereira's amazing. Like, I mean, betting against him and picking against him was just a bad idea. And I've been doing it the last couple of fights, and I don't know why, because I was picking him in all his fights, Marcel, all his fights, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Like, I was picking him against Strickland, against Jan, against Jiri the first time. And then the last 2 fights, I was like, I don't know. Like, totally my bad. betting against this guy and picking against him is a mistake. I mean, the guy is just super deadly. And to be honest with you guys, it's crazy, but I actually think Alex is getting better. I think I think the performance last night, Marcel, I think that was Pereira's best performance in the UFC. I really do. I think he looked amazing. It was a clean performance. Dude, as someone who did pick Jiri, I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, I get it, guys. He's defensively, we already knew he wasn't sound, but like his hands were even lower than usual. And the final head kick, his hands were like at his feet when he got kicked in the head. I don't know what he was thinking. All praise to Pereira, though, man. Obviously, the guy saved the card. We'll talk about the co-main event, which also saved the card in a second. But yeah, I mean, Alex Pereira's a fucking dog, and I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing this Ankalaev fight. I don't know if you saw the odds. Ankalaev's the favorite. I don't know. Like, I think that Pereira's going to be a popular underdog. But I will say this: last night, guys, I was watching because I always watch the betting lines close. The line got close at the end, Marcel. The final odds, like the closing odds,
yeah,
it was only minus 135 for Pereira, plus 114 for Jiri. So it was like super close. It's like almost a coin flip. So a lot of people were picking Jiri. I didn't feel so bad about that, but in the end, man, bad pick. And I'm going to own this one, guys, because I had a really good night. It was a shitty way to end the card for me. So, you know, some of the other ones I could justify a little bit more, but I hate having bad picks. And, you know, I've had such a good first half to this year with my picks. Like 70% I'm picking right now, picks wise. And I'm picking underdogs that people aren't picking, like Oliveira and Silva last night, right? I had those two dogs. No one in the staff pool had them, Marcel. But I hate having a bad pick like this because it's just like stupid. So it is what it is.
Happens,
you know?
man.
It happens, but I don't know. I shouldn't have picked against Pereira. It's a mistake. Won't make it again, I don't think. I mean, watch me pick Ankalaev against him now. I don't fucking know.
I picked
I know you're
so many times. I picked so many times against Pereira, man. I just didn't feel like that Jiri had anything other to offer for him than he had like a couple of months ago. You know,
I thought he was going to wrestle him, man. I didn't like a little bit more. You know,
listen, no disrespect to Jiri, but he just doesn't have that IQ to do the wrestling because he has way too much the wild striking. He loves too much. You know, that's the thing you shouldn't do against Pereira. You know,
big mistake.
It's like you. It's like everybody out of nowhere, all these like complete mixed martial artists transforming in like strikers against Pereira. I mean, I don't understand. Only Blachowicz tried to get him to the ground. He did in the first round and then he gassed out. Yeah, man, great win for Pereira. I mean, what a knockout, right? Second round. I mean, Herb Dean was reading a book again. But yeah, I mean, yeah, very late stoppage.
Then again, the first time was an early stoppage. That's probably why Herb didn't want to stop it too early.
Yeah, it probably. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Pereira won. I got kind of annoyed by Joe Rogan afterwards. Like he fucking fanboying and acting like he should go to heavyweight. And I was like, dude, it's not. And he's like, I don't know if you saw the after talk with the cage with Anik, Rogan, and Cormier, and Joe Rogan is like, yeah, he cleaned out the division. I was like, no, he didn't. And then, thank God, DC said, like, no, you still have Ankalaev. You still have that. He said another guy. I can't remember who he said. But, yeah. I mean, Pereira can go to heavyweight. I first want to see the Ankalaev fight. If he knocks out Ankalaev, or even if he decisions him, whatever, you know, go to heavyweight. But
I mean, that's the next fight, obviously. I mean, the odds
are
for it's 2-1 for Ankalaev. I saw the odds today.
Also, did you saw the rant from Dana after the card, the post fight against the journalist?
I watched it, but what rant? Which one?
So the journalist said that
Kevin
John
Iole?
Jones. Kevin
I
was
saw
it.
that. Yeah, Kevin Iole just whatever.
Yeah, but Kevin was right.
He was.
Kevin was right.
Again, I don't understand why every time.
I agree with that.
Every time we have a post-fight interview now, Dana White brings up John Jones and talks and praises this guy.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying, honestly.
Listen,
I do think the question was asked about the heavyweight division, so I get why you bring it up this time. But like when Islam beat Poirier, all of a sudden he's like, John Jones is better than Islam. Like it didn't make any sense.
But he was on that last night again. You know, he's like, yeah, but he should be pound for pound number one. Dana doesn't even understand the difference between pound for pound and GOAT. He doesn't understand. You know, so the discussion going in with him is just stupid. You know,
Jones
of course,
right now he's not the pound for pound.
Yeah, exactly. He's not. You can give him the GOAT, but not the pound for pound. Yeah, exactly.
Right now, I feel like Islam or even Alex might be the pound for pound. It might be Pereira. It could be.
I give it still Makhachev.
Yeah, I think so too, but because he hasn't lost yet. Well, he lost the first fight, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Like, was he 14 wins in a row now? Like Pereira did lose. Was it last year? He lost to Izzy. It was last year, wasn't it?
Last year.
People forget. It was so long. It was so recent.
He fights very often.
Yeah, he fights every 3 months. I think that Pereira, you know, I saw someone tweet about this. Like, if there was like an MVP award in MMA, he would be the MVP. I mean, there's no doubt because he's saving the sport. If you didn't step up and Jiri didn't step up, and then you had what happened, we'll talk about the co-main event here.
Let's go to some comments first, man.
Yeah.
People have so many comments.
Sorry, guys. All right, there was a lot of comments at the beginning that I took before you jumped in, but we had these guys. And I already talked to this guy about the pick. Again, I'm going to own the picks. But again, you get some good picks and bad picks. It happens. Let's see here. Anton, what's up, man? Yeah, the Raptors drafted Jacoby Walker. That's the guy. They drafted like 4 guys. They had like 3 second-round picks. Wasn't above average. What would you think then, Chris? Like average? I think 7 is like that's slightly above average. You think, but 5 is average. A 7 is like a B. Maybe we should change the rating scale, Marcel, to like a letter grade. And I would say, what would you say? B minus, C plus.
I don't feel that, dude. We don't do that over here. It's just 1 to 10. I'm not gonna go B, A, C. I don't get that.
In school, what do they do for you? They do
1 till 10.
Really? Yeah. They don't give you letters?
Yeah, no, man. Your North Americans are just some weird ass people with the inches and the.
The funny thing is, so
LBS.
In America, it's like A, B, C, D, E, or sorry, A, B, C, D, F, right? F is fail. But in Canada, I remember at one point when I was a kid, they changed the F to an R, so you get like an R if you failed the class instead. And I was
for
retarded.
Yeah,
I think it's like remedial, like you need to be trained again in it. So.
You guys also have the Fahrenheit thing. We have the Celsius.
Oh, we use Celsius in Canada.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how to convert the two, to be honest.
The same.
Anyways, let's get some other comments. Yeah, Antoine was saying 290 is one of the best fight cards of all time. I think so. 50 million because people didn't ask for refunds. They just wanted to go see the card. Yeah, this fight was shit. We'll talk about that in a minute. You smoking to Jay? Oh, that's awesome, man. I really don't smoke much anymore, dude. Like, it's very rare for me. But if you caught the Adam from like 10, 15 years ago, I was smoking every day. I just really don't smoke that much. Marcel lives in fucking Netherlands and you never smoked before, huh?
I've tried, but it's not like
you high. You'd be so funny.
I don't think I've ever been high.
Have you ever taken a space cake or eaten a space cake?
No, but I have got some like some on joints or something, but it's just
not for you.
I'm not really digging it, but to everybody, cool. I rather smoke it out of my ass like Peyton Talbot's friend does. But
the problem with me is like it started making me like paranoid and not chill anymore, so I had to like stop it. Sven says, "What's up, Marcel?"
What's up, man?
Matita's drinking a cup of piss in the picture. Don't be too hard on yourself, Adam. Your pick wasn't bad. I mean, I don't love the pick in hindsight, but you're right. There's hindsight bias there. I mean, listen. When John Silva missed weight, I was like, oh, fuck. Why did I pick this guy? And then he fucking destroyed Jordan. So, it happens, right? Is middleweight an option for Jiri? I don't think so. He's 6'3". He's huge. I just looked at this biometrics. He's huge. Her was in a bad position. Well, he should be in a better one. Can't believe the fan of the ref stoppage. It is what it is.
That's true.
Inklev getting a title shot after Walker knockout. Is he getting the next title shot? Did Dana confirm it? I don't even know if he confirmed it.
Dana pretty much said like, as long as he stays around where he is, he's in the mix. That pretty much tells me like I actually don't want to give it to him, but if I can't deny him anymore, I will have to. That's pretty much how it sounded to me.
I think Krylov could beat Pereira. I don't think so. Krylov's good, but I don't think so, man. I think when it comes to John, Dana feels John should be number 1 because no one is a longer beating streak. I agree, but again, he's just not active anymore. So you want to say the GOAT? Yes, he's the GOAT, but
there is a big difference between pound for pound and GOAT conversation, and that's the problem here. And I feel like the media and Dana are talking too.
Yeah, because Dana even said last night, he's like, "Do you guys know what pound for pound means or something?" He even asked the media. It's like, yeah, I think Dana, do you know what it means?
Yeah.
We got our boy. Chris said, by the way, he said 6, and I also missed this comment. Do you think he's better than Leon? I would say. I mean, Leon's really good though. Leon's underrated. Leon's top 5 pound front. Leon has like, I think the 3rd most title defenses right now. Like, it's very hard for these champions to stay champion these days.
Yeah,
it's really difficult. Yeah, I'll talk about Macy. Fight Talk, what's up, man? Glad to have you here. And this is the guy that does our artwork, so we always appreciate him coming in the chat.
Thank you.
Woke up from 7 to 5. Face this blood. Oh shit! Another guy smoking up. Well, you guys are just smoking up and having fun. Well, like I said, I'm having a beer, so we're all partying here. We got to get you to have a space cake, Marcel. That'd be awesome. See Marcel really stoned.
I got the ointment ready, so yeah.
Marcel's gonna start like just breaking the fights he tells me about with in secret. He's gonna tell you guys too by accident. Did you guys see my road leaking blood in Army? I heard about that. I didn't see it, but Dana said it. No UFC card next week. The Denver card's shit. Yeah, that's on a massive RB streak. Absolutely is. All right, let's go. Okay, so are we good with the main event? Like,
sure.
Okay. Well, actually, I should ask you. What do you think? We said Pereira and Kalai makes it, but for Jiri, like, what do you think for Jiri?
I mean, there's so many options. You can go Jamal Hill. I think
Hill
that
wants
makes the
his
most
title. Hill wants the rematch. I don't think.
Yeah, I
he's
don't
getting it,
care.
though.
You know, I like Hill, but I don't care. He doesn't deserve the rematch
No,
right now.
not at all. I mean, he's got to win a fight.
Yeah.
Khalil
And I like
Robson,
and I'm one of the few people who actually like Hill. So I mean,
I like him too. I wouldn't mind even. They could do. Did Hill fight Rakic? I don't think he's fought him, right? They could do that fight, and then they could do Jiri Jan Blachowicz is there. Roundtree's suspended right now, and he said that James interviewed him this week, and he just said he doesn't have a date for his return because he got. I think he said he took a tainted supplement or something. So
yeah.
Also, Carlos Alberg, he's hurt too. I don't know. This division's kind of messy, and then you have Uzdemir who can't fight in the States. You have Krylov who never fights. You have Walker who should not be ranked 7 anymore, and Smith who's going to lose his ranking. Smith shouldn't even be ranked after that fucking fight last night. That was horrible. Anyways, all right, let's go to the comment. Okay, so obviously the switch up. When did you hear about this? Like, just be honest with us. Like, when did you find out?
When you, can I say it? The Discord?
Yeah, you can say it. Have someone in the Discord.
When somebody said it in the Discord, that's the exact same moment I heard as well. I think we had the same source, you know. So,
right.
That's because Octagon Update, like, who also was in the Discord, was asking us, like, was asking me, like, did you hear anything about it? And I say no. And then 5 minutes later, I said yes. He's like, now you do. I said, yeah, I didn't know for 5 minutes ago, actually. I really knew it right now, you know? So, yeah, I got told, like, that's going to happen. The commission, I still have to give the okay, but it's going to happen. But please stay quiet about it. So I stayed quiet about it. I think I got like 15, 20 DMs from people on Instagram, man. I was like, I can't say shit, you know? So I didn't open them until late. But, yeah, I mean, listen, for me, and it was the thing, like, the commission had to give the approval, so I'm not going to post anything because it can get it in jeopardy, you know what I mean? So yeah, but what can you say, man? Ige is absolute beast for taking that fight on 3 hours or 4 hours notice. He was I heard that he was on a massage table. I talked to Kai. I talked to Kai Kamaka, who said I was barbecuing when Ige called me that I had to corner him or something. So yeah, I mean, crazy. And also shout out Diego Lopes, man. I mean, he was 145. He went to 155 to help Ortega here, and then he goes to 165. I hope he made bank, and
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they got paid well. I mean, comparatively, like, to be honest, they probably should have paid them both $1 million. I don't think they did, but they probably deserved it. When you say, UFC made $15 million at the bank plus the pay-per-view.
I think they did. I think they did.
You think you give him $1 million? Maybe.
Nah, I don't know how much, but I think
100,000, like 200,000. I don't even know what this is making. I'm sure he's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
Liga's got a lot of fights.
I mean, this dude, he came in the UFC. Like, listen, you know him, I knew him, you know, but he was pretty much unknown for a lot of people. After one fight that he lost, he became like a fan favorite, and within a year, he got ranked.
I didn't know he'd be this good. I mean, I didn't know that, you know, because I remember the Brito fight on Contender was like pretty competitive, but he lost because there was like a eye poke. That's
but also take in mind he took that fight on 3 or 4 days' notice for Ashkabov to step up.
Yeah, so the guy's a beast, though. I mean, so he won the fight. Obviously, we're talking about the fight. He won the first 2 rounds, and he got tired in the third.
Yeah.
But I think we'll give him a pass on that. Obviously, and also Dan is impossible. Dan's never been finished yet. Like, I don't think anyone's going to finish this guy. It's incredible how durable he is. He took some big shots, I think, in that first round. Then obviously there was that. I think it was like an anaconda choke at one point. It was pretty fucking tight. I think it was the end of the first or the end of the second. But yeah, I think if the fight was 5 rounds, Ige probably would have won, which is crazy to say, but I kind of feel that way. Am I crazy to say that?
It's very possible, man. But both guys, complete gems, you know. I mean,
yeah, they are. They're both beauties.
Lopes, Ige, great guys inside and outside the cage, man. Super respectful. Never in bad shit. I mean, I only can respect those two, you know.
It was a good fight. And you know what's funny? You watched the post fight, right? Dana goes, "Oh, I know I promised you guys would do 2 fight nights, but we felt there wasn't 2 fight nights."
Yeah, well, weird.
That was fucking weird. And then I don't mind what they did with giving the 1 fight of the night and then the 4 performances, but I wouldn't I know these guys got paid. That's why they didn't do it. But this was like a really good fight. Like, couldn't this have been fight of the night? I don't know. I thought it was the best fight. Did you think so?
Oh yeah, I really like the fight. I mean,
I know the Swanson Feely fight was good, but this was a better fight, wasn't it?
Yeah. In my opinion, it was. But I mean,
same here.
I really think that they made bank and that the
they
UFC
just made
was
so much
like,
money that they just was like, no, we're not going.
That's what I think.
It's the same with Pereira at 300 because he said he wanted that bonus. He was pissed off he didn't get it, but it's probably because he got paid so much money.
Yeah.
He got his 50K. 50K for Pereira is probably like not much anymore. The guy is fucking making bank, guys. Like you have to imagine Pereira is one of the most wealthy fighters right now, and he deserves it. All right, we're good with that fight. We'll go on. We got Zach in the comments. Hey Zach, Diego's story is really great too. It was first or second UFC paycheck. He took a bunch of money, paid for only within the gym back home we started. That's amazing. I really like this guy. By the way, he has one of the best haircuts I've ever seen. I love his haircut, dude. And also we didn't talk about Ortega before we move on to the next fight. We should talk about Ortega. I mean, again, Dana talked about it too. Like he looked off. He looked disinterested. I don't know if he was sick. What the fuck happened? He obviously didn't, make the weight in the first place. Have you heard anything about what happened? Okay,
nothing.
How much did Pereira make? $8 million? I don't think it was that much. I hope so. I think he deserves it, but probably a couple million if I had to guess. I bet his win-in show is like 500,000, and he probably didn't get a win. He probably doesn't get a win bonus. He probably gets like 500 to show, and they don't disclose in the event. And then he gets pay-per-view points. He gets a couple million. If I had to guess, that's my guess. Is that a fair guess? Do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
So he probably made like 2 or 3 million, maybe more. Still good, but he probably deserves more. To be honest with you, and maybe they did pay more. Oh yeah, the bonus for short notice. They probably gave more. And I hope Jiri made good money too. I mean, fucking Jiri got kicked in the head. Poor guy. And by the way, they shouldn't have stood him up, man. They shouldn't have stood him up. That was weird. Bad. Yeah. Do you guys think Pereira should number? We just talked about this. We both said Islam, but I mean, Pereira's right there. I think he's right. You could make an argument. Do you guys think Diego would have beat Brian? I picked Diego. Marcel picked Brian. I think you got saved, bro. Honestly, because he came in there sick. He's going to lose, most likely. But we'll never know. I mean, we should talk about this quickly. Like they both said they're going to fight the Sphere, or they want to. Dana said he's going to make it happen. Do you do the rematch?
No, man. Why would you?
I agree.
Listen, man.
I agree with you. By the way,
Brian already said he wants to go to 55. So why would you book him again?
No, not that rematch. Ige and Lopes. That's what.
No. We don't do the rematch.
I don't want to see it either. We don't need to. Like, I'd rather see. Honestly, man, I don't mind if they did Yair Rodriguez and Lopes. I think that would be. That's
the fight. I actually wrote about it. That's the fight.
Did you? I didn't see your article, but that makes sense.
No, right? that comes online tomorrow, so you cannot have seen it. But that's the fight. I mean, Yair on the notch card, against Lopes, who has Mexican connections. That's a perfect fight. It's a co-main event. If it's not a title fight, co-main event.
That's the fight, and then Dan Ige could fight like I don't even know who. Anyone,
give me a Mexican on the.
I was gonna say, is there a Mexican featherweight that, like it's coming up or something? Like, let me take a look at the
Fernando Padilla.
I feel like Dan deserves a ranked guy though next.
Yeah, I agree.
Guy. Fuck, like I don't want to. Let me look at the rankings quickly. All right, featherweight. I mean, fuck.
Fuck it. Josh Emmett is a Mexican. Let's go.
I don't know. I mean, they could even do Yair and Ige too, and then they could do like Lopes and like Volkanovski. Lopes would be fun too, wouldn't it? Volkanovski's been completely forgotten about, by the way. No one's even talking about him anymore. Like he's completely out of the conversation. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm happy for now. Give the guys some rest.
I know he needs a break, but I mean, just saying. Ige, Brito. You could do that fight. Brito got pulled out. Yeah, you know what? They could just rebook that. That makes sense.
What the fuck?
What?
No, Brito always says motherfucker. No, he's booked against William Gomis for the Paris card, so that you cannot do that.
Ortega, that's right. Ortega lightweight. I mean, he says he's going to go there. Yeah, I would give him a ranked guy. I mean, there's lots of guys he could fight. Jalen Turner, Dos Anjos. I don't know if he's going back to 150 or 170. I don't know why he's ranked. He's Dos Anjos.
I wonder what's going to happen with the Shep and Mariscal fight, which was booked for Ige on July.
There's no way he's going to take that.
No, I also don't think so. Nah.
They probably pull Chep. Well, Chepe's from Denver, right? He's going to be in that card still.
This is not the Denver card, man. This is a July card.
Oh, 20 God, July. Why is he not on the card? Why is he on Denver card? He trains there, does he not?
Maybe they're putting him now on the Denver card. Who knows? Would make sense, right?
They could do Dariush and Ortega. That would be fun. But again, I don't know if Ortega really deserves like a highly ranked guy right now after the stunt he pulled. And I know he got sick, but it's just not a bad look on him, man. It was a bad look. Ortega Oliveira. I mean, that would be fun, but again, he doesn't deserve that fight. No way. Lots of coppers on Jiri. Yeah, I mean, again, I picked him and it wasn't a great pick. I mean, what am I supposed to say? I'm not going to make an excuse for it. It wasn't a good one. All right, next fight. This fight was shit. Roman Dolidze defeats Anthony Smith. I think we both picked Smith.
Yeah.
He looked like he was half asleep in this fight. It was really bad. Dolidze won the first 2 rounds. I thought Smith won the 3rd round. I don't know if you did. I thought he won the 3rd round. But it was too little too late. So
yeah, it was
so bad.
It wasn't good. Let's put it that way. I mean, Dolidze pretty much manhandled him in the 2nd round.
That was
yeah.
I think Smith fell too. I don't even think he got knocked down or something.
Yeah,
it was really weird. And even DC and Rogan were like, "Why is he not trying to get up?" He was like, he accepted being there and getting beat up. It was a weird fight. Apparently, Roman and him are friends. I should have known. I don't. I just believe. I wasn't sure how much of that a friend. I know they train together, but good friends or something. It was like a sparring match, honestly.
Roman is at extreme, right? And I think Smith is there sometimes as well. So yeah.
True. Anyways, the fight sucked. There's not much to say. Roman says he's going to be ranked in 2 weight classes. He wants to fight at both. I mean, I guess, but
don't think that's a good idea. Just focus on 1 weight class, man.
Back to 85 then, or
yeah, I mean, you're not Jessica Andrade or whatever, so just.
I'm thinking about those pictures you sent me now.
Oh God, please!
Don't post them in here.
No, I won't. You guys ask for it. I just deliver.
Oh yeah, we asked for it. Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Meishi Chasson, Barbaro Silva. Pardon? Sorry?
I said with a pile driver. Well, let's talk
about this fight. Listen, I thought this fight would suck. This was actually one of the best fights in the card.
Yeah, it was. It was better than Gary MVP.
Fight. What the fuck, Marcel? We were completely wrong. This was a really good fight. They went at it, man. They went at it, and Bueno Silva clearly won the first round. Chasson was going to win the 2nd round. I think she was going to win the fight, but the cut stopped it. The cut was really bad. I don't really blame them for stopping the fight, but I will say this. The doctor's a fucking piece of shit. He's like, well, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a pretty bad cut, but it's going to be up to you to stop the fight. He's like, okay, I'm stopping it. What the hell was that? Because you know what? He didn't want to take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
So it was fucking lame. I didn't like that at all. And
I'm happy we're on the same line here, man. I was really annoyed by it.
It was stupid.
It's like, he's like, yeah, that's a deep cut. That's a very deep cut. And then Toyoni is like, yeah, and now, yeah, but maybe if she wants to continue, and Toyoni is like, yeah, but what about the cut? Yeah, it's very deep. I was like, dude, it's your responsibility to say stop the fight or go on, And then Toyoni had to make the call, and I think he did the right thing,
Yeah.
So,
one of the best calls he's made, probably. Listen, the cut was bad, and it was going in her eye. And I know she wanted to keep fighting, and if they kept it fighting, I would have liked that because it was a good fight. But if they're really going to look out for the safety of fighters, if she has a massive cut here, it was like the Marvin Eastman cut back in the day. It was honestly that bad. It was right above her eye too. It was bleeding down. So,
and then you got these people like, yeah, but the RoboCop fight wasn't stopped. Hell, that shouldn't have been even stopped if you look at it back. He won.
Fight?
Yeah, he won, but that was
brain.
Yeah, you could see the vein here. It's like crazy.
Yeah. All right, so we're good with that one.
She started well, Myra, but Myra was gassing heavy after.
Yeah, she was gassing. She's a 1 round. I wouldn't say she's a 1 round fighter, but she does her best work in the first round. Ian Machado, Gary, Michael Page. This fight was pretty shit, Marcel, which we both called, I think, right?
Yeah.
It was boring.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you thought Gary won, but it was close, right? That 3rd round.
I mean, listen, man, this was a lose-lose situation. Either Gary was going to win or MVP was going to win. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of both guys. Gary won by wrestling, you know what I mean? By using his wrestling, by using his ground game. Yeah. That's smart, Listen, man, I'm not a fan of the style or whatever, but at least he has the fight IQ to do it, There are many guys who fought MVP like Kevin Holland did,
Yeah. Well, he was getting placed up on the feet. He looked confused and everything.
And that's not the way to win against. That's not the way to win against MVP,
I was gonna say though, I did pick Page, and I don't regret this pick, because I think if it was staying on the feet on the time it was, he was clearly the better striker. I just didn't think Gary would use his ground game as much, but obviously going to that camp, shoot a box, training with Damian Maia, who was in his corner. Dude, this fight was the 3rd round was like Damian Maia and John Fitch. Remember he backpacked him back in the day?
Yeah.
Just grabbed the backpack. I also feel like Page could have won the fight, and he let Gary up in the 3rd round. Yeah, Gary Page had the top control. and he let him up. He should have stayed
Yeah.
there. He could have rode the fight. That was boring, but he could have rode it and got the win, and he chose not to. So big mistake by him. But anyways, honestly, like I don't feel like Gary's stock went up really at the same time. He's 8-0 now in the UFC, but like I'm still like waiting to see something great from this guy. At the same time, 8-0 is pretty fucking impressive. Like obviously, I don't know. Like I guess you do him and Stephen Thompson, but he probably just does the same thing to him too, right?
Who?
Gary.
No, man. You're not going to give him Stephen Thompson. Are you
Why?
crazy? No, I don't want to see that, man. I mean, Stephen Thompson is fucking 44 already. No, he's not.
41.
He's
41.
Yeah, he's older. Why would I want to see that? That's
because
like
Steven's ranked above him. That's why. Who do you want to see? Okay, so right now Gary's ranked.
I give him.
Hold on, Gary wasn't ranked. Oh
No,
no, he is ranked. Sorry, and I'm mistaken. Actually, Thompson's ranked below him.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. Okay, I guess what Jack Della Maddalena would that be?
I give him Shavkat, dude.
Shavkat's gonna kill him, dude.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. He says he's the best. Fucking fight Shavkat for the number 1 contender spot. You know
they might do that fight. They might. I feel like it's possible. I also feel like. How about Usman and Gary? Or is
I'm
Usman
cool with that. That's either Shavkat or Usman for me. You know, Della Maddalena's injured, so it's not going to happen.
I mean, they could do the loser of Bilal and Edwards too, because that fight's coming up, and they could do the loser of that.
Possible.
How about Colby? I mean, Colby's right there. Is Colby? Dana said that Colby didn't turn the fight down.
Yeah,
so.
then offer it to him. Let's see if he does it. You know, put it on the New York card.
Fight, but I think Gary pieces him apart. I think that's an easy fight for him, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's at least a name. You know, for me, MVP. Listen, I know for many casual fans, and I no disrespect to the casuals, MVP is a name. To me, MVP is not a name. He's just like a fun fighter who came over from Bellator. And what Gary said, never won a title there. So how is he even in consideration for a title? In my opinion, he's not. I all respect for MVP, but I'm just honest. You know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if Gary just fought, he's 7 ranked, fought 14. It just shows to me the matchmakers aren't too thrilled with the guy. And Dana White didn't seem super thrilled with him either. Mark.
It was a draw.
He said it was a draw. Like, I'll be honest with you. I was doing a live stream last night, and I was saying, like, yeah, he won barely, but, like, and you have to score a 10-9 round, but, like, that could have been a 10-10. It could have been. It could have been a 10-10. Like, basically, Paige won the first 2.5 minutes, and Gary won the last 2.5 minutes. Is that fair to say, too?
Yeah, and for listen, man, this was so much hyped, this fight, and we both said like it can be spectacular, but don't be surprised if it's fucking boring, you know. And it was fucking boring.
First round, I'm looking at the stats. 2 strikes landed by Gary, 2 strikes landed by Paige in the first round.
No.
Second round, it was more on the feet, and then third round, 8 strikes Gary, 5 Paige. Terrible. You said it would be an easy fight for Gary. Do you still think it was easy, or you think it was a little harder than you thought than he thought maybe?
Sorry, can you say?
You said you were like really confident in Gary.
Yeah.
When I talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Was it when you were watching the fight? Were you a little bit like unsure, especially in that second round?
As long as he took him down, it went the way I thought it was going. Listen, if he kept striking with him,
I'll give you credit on that too. You did call that, yeah. You're a good read on it. Again, I think Paige shouldn't have let him up. I think he would have won the fight. It's his fault.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, Gary Usman would be a good fight, I think. But I think that because Usman, the way he fights, Usman's not boring, dude. Usman is far from boring.
Listen,
probably, yeah.
The thing is, like, I understand the how do you say that fans are annoyed with eating Gary the way he fights, but this is like, and you know, I'm not a big Gary fan or whatever, but this is championship mindset, you know. Winning the fight at every cost, doesn't mind how it's done, you know. And Gary made it a pretty much a horrible fight to watch at because of the grappling he used in that fight, but he made sure he won this fight, you know. He had a lot to lose in this fight. MVP had a lot to win in this fight, you know. So and listen, I told you, and I'm not using that for word a lot, but if MVP beat Ian Gary, I would have considered that a fraud check, you know. So
it might have been.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Appreciate that, man. Dana said Mick and Sean. Yeah, I did hear that. So they didn't like the fight either. I don't think the matchmakers like Ian Gary. I really don't, Marcel. And I think they were put off by the fight with Jeff Neal. That's my honest opinion. And I think they're probably even more turned off by this fight because it's just what if you're Mick Maynard and Sean Shelby, is this the kind of fight you want, the guy you want to promote in the division? Not really, right?
You know, this is also going to happen when Alex Pereira is going to fight a guy who takes him to the ground and keeps him on the ground for 5 rounds. You know, people are going to complain like, oh, he didn't want to stand with Alex because he's afraid. No, man, it's mixed martial arts. These guys can take you to the ground. You know what I mean? So it's probably not fun to watch, but you are there as a fighter to get to the highest point of your career. And if you have to grapple to do that, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it wasn't my favorite fight either, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the Leeds and Smith was worse, though, honestly. I really do. I think that was the stinker. And I think Budai and Orlovsky was the worst fight. We'll talk about that fight in a second, by the way.
Jesus.
Let's go to prelims. Okay, so again, main card was bad. Dude, I got every pick on the prelims right. So I'm going to give myself a pat in the back for that one. Sip. Because I did fucking well. And I'm like, holy shit, it's going to be a perfect night, guys. It's going to go 12-0, 13-0. And it didn't turn out that way. But the prelims really went the way I thought. Starting with this fight, we're not starting, but concluding with this fight, Joe Pyfer knocking out Barrio. I mean, we both called that, right? That to me, this was an easy fight to call. I mean, the UFC loves Joe Pyfer. I like Joe Pyfer too. I think he's a really good fighter. And you know, that fight with Jack Hermanson, we talked about Marcel. It was pretty close, man. It's not like he got destroyed in that fight. It was 48-47, right? Was it not? So, you know, if that was a 3-round fight, he would have won. Barrio. I thought he'd get knocked out here because I remember that fight with Chidi. I already talked about that, Marcel. I'm like, I don't trust this guy anymore. I like Barrio a lot, Canadian fighter, obviously. You know, Canadian fighters are not doing well right now, but I feel like this was a fight that the matchmakers, again, they see stuff that we don't, and I did see it in this fight. I saw a guy that is very hittable against a guy with crazy power. Dude, he was fucking knocked out cold. That was brutal. And by the way, he did hit him in the back of the head, but it was like when he was falling, so I don't think it's like you know, intentional or whatever. But
I mean, this is pretty much was the fight for Joe Pyfer to get back on track. Let's be honest, you know. Yeah. And if you get a fight like that, you got to deliver, you know. And he did. He delivered. He knocked him out within 90 seconds, you know. So, and it was
holy shit.
Yeah, within 90. I think it was.
Yeah, it was 85 seconds. Good call.
Yeah. What it was like.
It was. You think it was his best performance in UFC?
It's difficult to say, you know, because I think even his Jack Hermanson fight, the first 2.5 rounds, wasn't even bad, you know.
No, he looked good.
That was
he's
pretty
a good. Fighter, man.
Yeah, he's good, but the thing is like
Jack is solid, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I've doubted him. I mean, I've picked Gerald Mearshart against him when they fought, you know.
Yep.
But after that, I was pretty sold on him. Although, I even picked the
bonus for fighting Alan Amdovsky. But I was looking at his record.
Yeah, man, that was the debut, and he got a bonus for that, man. So,
yeah, I like Pyfer a lot. I think I'm a big fan of this guy.
UFC likes him obviously a lot.
They love him.
And that's okay. And the thing with Pyfer only is he gets really angry sometimes at people when they say, "It's like, dude, let these people talk, man. You're good. We've seen you're good, and I'm looking for what's next for him, man. I think he's a fun fighter. The Paul Craig call out, yeah." I know. I don't know.
Yeah, some guys in the comments are talking about that. I mean, listen, like Craig's an easy fight for him, to be honest with you. He's not even ranked, though. I just checked. I thought Craig was ranked, like 15th. Craig, by the way, sorry.
Paul Craig.
He's not ranked anymore. I don't think is Muniz even ranked. I don't think he is either.
He lost to
Kyle, right? Yeah, he's on the rankings too. So the top 15's changed. But yeah, I mean, I think Craig said he wants to fight too, so they're going to do that fight. I think.
Yeah.
Pyfer and Abus. I mean, you could, but I think Pyfer knocks Abus out. You think so?
Yeah.
All right, next fight here. We had fight of the night. Andre Fili defeats Cub Swanson, split decision. It was close, man. I thought Swanson won, but it was super close. What did you think?
Yeah, man. I think how do you say that? I think could go either way, to be honest, man. I felt like Cub landed the harder shots, really maybe the more landed a little bit more volume. Maybe I'm wrong. But he did also with the wrestling, you know, and maybe that got the judges a little bit over. But it was a close fight. Could have gone either.
Yeah. Well, where did Marcel go? He just jumped out. Hold on. No abuse slander will be tolerated. Hold on, guys. I don't know what happened to Marcel here. He just fell out of the chat. Yeah. No, I was looking at the comments here. Pyfer and Gastelum. I think that's a good fight too. I just looked at the rankings. Gastelum is not ranked anymore. What the hell happened? Where'd you go?
No idea, dude.
That was weird.
I think I let escape a fart and something got. No, I'm just kidding.
You had the far off camera. There he is. He's back. I thought Gastelum was ranked though. He's not ranked anymore.
No.
Anyways, Pyfer him would be pretty good. I eliminated Marcel. God.
Wait, is Gastelum not ranked anymore? What you say?
No.
I think he was. Is it the?
Did they take him out of the rankings because he
Let me
missed
see.
weight? He's not here. I don't see him.
You're right. He's not. Oh, I don't know. Okay.
What the hell happened?
Maybe
after that stunt he just pulled, doesn't deserve it. The guy's a fucking unprofessional fighter. Charles Jourdain, you're unprofessional. You're unprofessional to John Silva, our boy. You picked against. I told you not to, and you didn't listen.
Yeah. I did, man. I mean, I agree with Jourdain that he should have made weight, you know. But I felt like he was too upset about it for some reason.
He was very emotional about it. I think that's a mistake. You know, Dana. I don't know if you saw it at the weigh-in. Dana's like, "Yo, calm down. Like, just like."
He was also
you're gonna get your 20%. You got 20%. I know. I saw that with Aaron
20%,
and Amon. 20% or 30%. How much did he get?
20.
You should have got 30, dude.
I agree.
I think the first weight miss though is 20% in the UFC. I think that's kind of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Rough though. I mean, I picked the dog here. I thought you'd pick him last week. I really thought you would. I was a little surprised.
Was on the fence. So,
what do you think of him?
He's good. I was too much of a bitch to pick in here, so I was on the fence.
I'm just curious what you think of the guy. I think he's pretty good, dude.
He's good, but the thing is, like, he fought Weston Wilson, you know, and he knocked him out in the first round, and so I wasn't.
I know that's the problem, but I think because I saw Weston look good in his last fight, I was like, okay, maybe he's not as bad as everyone says. Maybe I don't think Weston's as bad as everyone says.
I don't say he's bad, but I mean, yeah, we picked Jika Saragi. I still don't know why we did, but
we're confident in that scrub. Yeah. That was stupid. God, fighter camper, dude. We got Ohio. We have John Silva. Who else do we have? Who's the other guy?
Thiago Moises now.
He's there too? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mauricio Ruffi.
That guy's fucking good. That guy is... He beat Malarkey, right?
Pratas.
Carlos He's there Pratas. Too? I love Pratas. The guy, he like knocked that dude out his last fight and he started smoking a cigarette. Yeah. It's too funny.
By the way, guys...
You're going to smoke up, bro? We got to see it, man.
There are people asking...
dope. Look at this guy saying they're dope after he says he's going to smoke up. That's too funny.
People asking me about this Thiago Moises against...
Is that real?
Ludwig Klein. No, it's total bullshit. Just like the frivola oral bites.
That guy's fake news. That guy.
Yeah.
Whoever that. We're not gonna say his name. The guy's an idiot. Anyways, John Silva. It's the win. Jourdain, dude. What's his rank? Rate? I'm gonna look at his record on the UFC. 1, 2, 3,
7
4,
and
5,
6, 6 and 7.
6 and 7. No, wait, 6 and 7 and 1 with the draw with is it Choi or not? Choi, sorry, Kulabao.
Oh yeah, Kulabao. Yeah.
I mean, I honestly like him a lot, but I feel like he's going to be in a must-win situation. Dana said something last night about they're coming back to Canada. I don't know if you heard that at the post-fight. You heard that?
No.
Dana said they want to go to like Seattle. I think he said, and then he's like, "Oh, we owe some cities in Canada." What I heard last year was like Halifax, but I don't think they're going to go there. And then there was this rumor of Calgary getting a fight. I know you saw that it was apparently fake news too. So I don't know where they're going to go. I mean, they came to Toronto. Obviously, they're not going to come back here, but I think one of these other places they can go to, these smaller cities for a fight night this year. And then I think you'd have Jourdain on there, and he better win his fight. Charles Jourdain. He better win his fight. I like the guy a lot. He's a great guy. It's just, he's on the decline. I mean, I saw it against Woodson. And
also for people on Twitter, the Shara Magomedov account is not the real Shara Magomedov. No. Just
like the David Dvorak account's not David Dvorak.
Yeah. And also, some guy made a Raid Saruya account, which was also not in.
Calgary, Edmonton? Yeah, they could do those fight nights. All right, Peyton Talbot, Vape Boy gets the knockout win. I mean, this fight was a mismatch.
Bro.
No surprise. Yeah.
This is what I just said. Like, this is what you have to do when the UFC gives you a guy who is like plus 800-900 plus 1,000 against you, And
he actually looked the minus 1,300.
Yeah. He did exactly that, Peyton Talbot, So, and we knew he was legit. DC had no idea, but we knew. So, yeah, good win for Talbot. Actually, I want to see what they do with him now. I think he asked for Adrian Yanez.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight, I think, right? You like that one?
Cool. Yeah, why not?
Adrian's not ranked anymore either, so it just makes sense. It's a step up. Peyton's 2-0 now in the UFC, right? Or 3-0? 3-0, yeah. So he's looking good. I mean, he's definitely a guy that is on the rise. The UFC likes him. Nakamura, I don't think they'll do that fight. They're going to keep him away from that guy.
That's a great fight, but those are two upper and coming prospects, and they're going to do that.
They're out doing that. Dana's saying Yanni was step up. I heard that too. that was a joke. He's like, oh, this guy is so tough, and like this was a big step up. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? Maybe the matchmakers were higher on this guy than we were, because I always thought this was a stupid fight.
Yeah, listen, Gamuri, we don't say he's bad, but I don't think Gamuri is a step up if you come from a Simon win, to be really honest.
No, and Gamuri got knocked out by Gomis, who's not really even a knockout guy. That was not a good loss. Early prelims, Julian Robertson retires Michelle Waterson Gomez. The scorecards, though, pissed me off in this fight.
Yeah, what the hell?
Judges Sal D'Amato, Chris Lee, and Ron McCarthy, who are not, honestly, they're not very good judges. And the crazy thing is, Ron McCarthy is John McCarthy's son. He should be a better judge, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he should be a better judge. Dude, all 3 rounds were 10-8 rounds. I really, truly believe that.
I had 30-24, yeah.
Same here. I think they were textbook 10-8 because she had dominance, damage, and duration. She had all 3 of the Ds. I know she had the triple Ds.
Maybe she got a 4. Maybe she got a 4th later that night. Who knows?
I was gonna say, what's that movie? Is Total Recall with the chick with the 3 tits? You ever seen that movie? Total Recall?
I can't remember.
I gotta find. I don't know if I can show it on here, but can I show the nudity on this? I don't think so.
Yeah,
free breast. Oh, I mean, because you might get. Yeah, just Google it yourself. She had 3 tits. Total Recall.
Oh, let me.
The triple Ds. Anyways, yeah, she looked great. I mean, obviously, but Waterson is apparent. And then they had the video package, right? So she was. They knew that she was going to retire. Michelle is great. I mean, as a ambassador of the sport, but I mean, as a fighter, she was great to fade for a while. She lost 7 of her last 8 fights. It was like Sam Alvey territory, guys. It was bad. I think she'll be great on like TV though. I think they should get her back in the booth. I think she did, Marcel. I think she did TV. Remember back in the day? Did she do Fuel TV or something, Michelle? Something like that?
I can't remember that, to be honest, man. That's when I was still downloading illegally and it was just the fights.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, I think she'd be good on TV. She's well spoken. She's good looking. Yeah. I think she'd be great, personally. So, did you see it? You see what I'm talking about? Total Recall, the movie.
Oh yeah, I see that. By the way, Knox sucked my balls, dude. But
that's an Arnold movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm good with Knox. So
a couple more comments. Talbot Lapis. I mean, they could do that fight. That would be okay with that double impact. He's decent against Britu. I don't know about that. That's a tough fight. Jarring the Greek said some sharp put money on Guarsh Gomez. How? Why? Makes no sense. She's bad takedown defense. She's tiny. She's not good anymore. Like she was a pioneer of the sport. I respect her a lot. Is it fair to say the sport passed her by a little bit, Marcel Waterson?
Yeah, I think so, and
I hate to say it because she's such a nice person, but like
I was kind of annoyed by people who were like, why they do a video for her like she is that big of a star. It's like, yeah, she's kind of a main staple for women MMA for the smaller weight classes, man. She was an atomweight champion in Invicta. I know her from Bully Beatdown back in the day where she did an episode. I always liked Michelle, so I was happy they gave her this how do you say that, this farewell. And
sure,
I think nobody knew, man. The UFC knew apparently because they had everything ready to.
They knew.
Yeah.
Next fight, I mean, there's not much to say about this fight. It was terrible. You think this was the worst fight in the card? Or you think it was Smith and Deludze?
No, this one.
Barry Gage.
This one.
This was.
Yeah.
So I think the judges got it wrong too, because I'm looking at the stats too. Like we obviously don't see the stats during the fight.
Yeah.
Arlovsky landed 74 strikes, Boudet 54. Arlovsky had more control time too. I think he won the fight, dude. I mean, I guess total strikes went to Boudet. I'm looking at that, but that doesn't mean they're that damaging. I had the crazy thing is though, if you look at the judges' scorecards, I had a completely different scorecard. I had the same as you, 2 and 3 Arlovsky. And none of the judges had that. The one judge that gave it to him had him 1 and 3, which I think is kind of odd. I thought Arlovsky won. I think he should have won the decision. Boudet is not very good, by the way. He's 5 and 1. How?
I feel like if I have to care about this fight, I really have to reconsider my life, because
this fight sucked. I think we're good with it. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it anymore. But I will say this: did Arlovsky retire? Because Dana said he's done. So is he done? They didn't do a video.
Dana says, but I want to hear it from Arlovsky, so I don't know.
He didn't say it either. He didn't take his gloves off or anything.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is
that Dana wants it to be done.
Yeah, but I think he's going to go to bare knuckle.
Bro, let's be honest. As long as Arlovsky has a contract in the UFC, he got so much. He makes so much every fight.
I know, but bro, they could do him and Ben Rothwell the rematch.
Oh yeah, I absolutely want to see that.
Do you actually?
No.
The first fight was a classic, wasn't it?
The first
I
fight,
think it's
when
something
was
else.
that?
Was it bad? I can't remember anymore. Was that like? Let me double check. Rothwell.
I mean, let's
did
do.
he not fight him? I think yeah. Affliction Band. Yeah, it was. He knocked him out. Remember? It was a classic.
Let's do
15 years ago.
Let's do Arlovsky against Paige Van Zandt. She loves challenges, so I'm just kidding.
All right.
Just kidding.
Do you think Talbot can get a step up if he reaches rank 11? Maybe. I mean, the UFC likes him, but he's so young, and that division's stacked. He's got to keep going. Plus, what's the thing that he does at the weigh-ins where he like turns his back and just like he does like the thing with his back? He doesn't even. It's kind of weird at the weigh-ins. You saw that, right?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's weird. All right.
Maybe he likes his back more than his front, and
he's got that like tattoo, like it's like a hole in his chest or something.
Yeah.
Ray Tsuruya. I can't even pronounce this guy's name.
Ray Tsuruya. Yeah.
If you go to UFC media, guys, like they have him saying his name. It's like it's kind of funny the way he says it. But anyways, dude, this was actually a good fight. You know what? This fight obviously kind of just blended in. Bro, I really liked this fight. Did you not like this fight? It was awesome.
First and second round were awesome. Third round
ridiculous. Yeah, it was bad, but the first two rounds were amazing. Were they not? Like if you like grappling, this if you missed this fight, go back and watch it. Ray clearly won the first two rounds. He got tired in the third round. Carlos is pretty good, eh? I think he's not bad, Marcel.
Yeah, but talking about fight IQ, Carlos, he was like, first round close. He said the whole damn time during the during the commercial break. First round was close. First round was close, right? First round was close, right? I was like, dude, you lost the first two rounds. You know, you had to go for it in the third, and he had the chance because Tsuruya was gassed. You know, but Tsuruya won the first two rounds, and he almost had the how do you say that twister? He even went for a full Nelson almost. You know, so yeah.
No, I agree.
Fun fight.
No, it was. All right. And last fight, I mean, I'll give myself credit for this one. This was a great pick, Marcel Benicio Oliveira. I told you I was really confident in winning. I like.
Can I ask you something?
Absolutely. Of course you can.
What the fuck was Ricky Simone doing in this fight?
Ricky Simone is on the decline, dude.
Yeah, I think so. You saw that, yeah.
I saw it in the fight with Yadong, but the thing is, Yadong is good, so it's like hard to say. But then I saw against Batista. I picked Batista in that one too.
Yeah, me too.
I think I did pick Simone against Yadong, if I'm not mistaken. That was
I did too.
Yeah, but I picked Batista. I picked Oliveira, and I'm glad I did. Not only did he get Batista apart in the feet, but he didn't do very well in the grappling at all. Like Oliveira actually did, I think, better than people thought. He actually took him down at one point too.
Bro,
I like Oliveira, man. I think he's pretty talented, dude. I think he's really good. What do you think?
I was like, he finally gets him down, and then he let him stand up.
That was the dumbest thing ever. He could have sold in the round with that, yeah.
The thing with Lockdog is that he's fun to watch, but I don't really have high hope for him in the division, to be really honest, because I feel like he leaves openings. I think his ground game isn't that great, you know. I think if he fights a more decent fighter, and listen, it sounds weird because Simone has always been a decent fighter, you know. But if he fights somebody close to top 15, even top 20, I think he gets probably exposed, man. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel about him. And that's why I didn't pick him in this fight. But Simone looked really bad in this fight. I think Oliveira looked good. At least good enough to win here. He won all 3 rounds, in my opinion. So, yeah, good for him. One judge gave it 29-28. Don't know who it was anymore. But
second round is Yuri Hicho Kabijo or whatever. Second round, because he had that, check kick where he, hurt his foot or his, calf or whatever. I could see that, but I don't think so. I think I
agree with Chris what he says, the last comment.
Yeah, he did nothing either. I think at the end of the round, but yeah, he didn't do much. A couple other comments. Happy for Lockdog. I like him. Talbot, Lockdog. I don't think they'll do it, but because I think they like both guys, and I think they're going to push them in separate directions. But they're both very good. You could do that fight. Yeah, I like him a lot. He had a lot of problems with his camp because the floods are really. I mean, he might look even better next fight, dude. Again, Marcel, I look at why are they making these fights and this isn't even about you because I listen to other breakdowns just to hear people say, I didn't really hear anyone say they picked Oliver except for me. So I got to give myself credit because again I made some bad picks on this card, but this was a really good pick, and I just didn't understand why everyone's saying Simone's going to easily win this fight. And I'm not saying you said that. I don't think you did. But the UFC they try to push up and coming prospects against veterans on the decline. There's no reason they would give a guy who won a double fucking bonus. He won a double bonus in his last fight.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen now. They're not going to give him a fight they think he's going to get out wrestled and grind it out. But they need to show the world that he's good. He's better than that. I was impressed, man. I thought the guy looked good. Anyways, that's it. We already gave our grade 7 out of 10, right? 7.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And my rate doesn't change. I mean, would you say 6, or is that a little too low?
7 is good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pereira made it a 7. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I agree. That last 2 fights were very good. Because man, that Smith Dolidze fight, I was falling asleep after that fight. It was so bad.
And you at 6 hours earlier at yours than it's at mine. So
I know. I can't even imagine how it was for you. But stock up, stock down. Marcus is not in the chat tonight, but he always asks us, and I like the question. Stock up. I mean, both Lopes and Ige stock way up, I would say. I would say Jason. I would say John Silva. Oh, I missed weight, but I still think he looked good. I would say Vinisha Albera. Yeah, Talbot. Even Pereira. Stock down. Prochazka. Smith way down.
Gary.
I think his stock went down a little bit. Yeah, even in the defeat or in
MVP.
MVP a little bit. Yeah, Barrio for sure. See, I don't think Swanson's stock went down. He lost, but I don't think it went down. Murray's stock was never high in the first place.
Yeah.
Larson's stock she's retired.
Budai.
Yeah, Budai. Oh yeah, that's a good call. I almost like looking at the guys that stock went down in the win instead of the losses, right? Because it's kind of easy to say, oh, they lost, but I think Simone too. His stock went way the fuck down. But I do feel like, for instance, I think Carlos Hernandez's stock went up a little bit, even though he lost. I think that Ige's stock went up in the loss. I think Bueno Silva's probably stayed the same, if not went up. Same with Swanson. And yeah, I mean, so there's a few fighters sometimes that they lose, but their stock went up a little bit. So yeah, Peely's not that good, Marcel. Honestly, he's not that good, is he?
I never said.
Yeah. Where do you guys think Smith goes? I think he should retire, honestly, guys. Just do the sneaky thing, but he's gonna keep fighting until he gets, brutally knocked out all his fights. But he should retire. That was so bad. It was terrible, dude. All right. Quickly, Marcel, do you want to look at the PFL card? Did you watch it?
Barely. Some fights, not all.
Yeah. Let's look at.
I know you watched Power Slap, right?
I was watching both. I had them both on. It's not like I was doing anything better.
I've only watched the Page fight on Power Slap.
Yeah, Page 1. It was a joke. I don't know why she's the underdog, by the way. That was stupid. I don't watch Power Slap normally, but I wanted to see her get slapped up. I don't know.
Too.
I wanted to check it out. There was one crazy knockout. That Dumpling guy knocked your boy, Dumpling.
Yeah, you sent me that.
He's on Tapology. He fought Zuluzinho.
Okay.
He fought Zuluzinho. Crazy, eh?
Yeah, the Karate Combat KO was nasty from Rafael.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. James Vick. That was Rafael the Turd Alves knocked out James Vick. That was insane. Let's talk about PFL quickly, Marcel. Brandon Lofton gets the doctor stoppage win. I mean, no surprise there. Logan Storley, Luka Pocklet. That was an interesting grappling match, but Logan's obviously very good. Umalatov, nasty submission over Ward. Braga knocks out like an injury over Bubba Jenkins. Lawrence Larkin had a great win. Lawrence Larkin looked good, Marcel. He's always been one of my favorites. Shamil Musayev, I think you liked him, right, Marcel? You picked
Told
him?
you, man. He's
good call. He's good, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing the rematch next, which is one of the stupid things about PFL. Like the tournament format.
I saw that. 1 against 4. Yeah.
What a joke. Kamaka looked pretty good against Carvalho, I guess, but we both called Korshkov as a dog. That was a great pick by us. Kizriev won. Gracie, that was a big upset over Don Match. Huge upset there. And Tyler Diamond with an upset over Brett Johnson. I mean, it was an okay card. Nothing special, but, worth watching. It was the President Choke staged. Maybe. I don't watch karate. Right? I don't know President Awesome or whatever his name is. Yeah. He's like Jillian Robertson's coach, right? Go check that. I don't know enough about it. I don't really watch Karate Combat, but it looked kind of weird to me. I don't know if it was fake or not. Maybe. Anyways, anything else you want to talk about really quick? But I do want to do a quick fight announcement, so I think we should just end this one and then just jump into the fight announcements. Let's do it. So, guys, appreciate you guys joining us, obviously, today for the recap show. We're going to do the quick fight announcements, so give me a second here, boys and girls, and probably no girls. I don't even know if any girls listen to this podcast. I think we had a girl once, and it'd be nice to get some more women fans.
If any girls were watching the podcast,
they probably jumped out as soon as you talk about the 3 hits. They jumped out.
Or when I said that Jilly maybe got the 4D later.
Yeah, they jumped out, and then they went and reported us.
Yeah.
So. All right, guys, I'm going to end this one. We're going to start a new one in just a minute here. I'm going to do fight announcements as well. Answer the last question about Dober and that. All right? Give me a second here.
He doesn't.
Oh, there you go. You got the answer right now. All right, I'll tweet it out.